what's that been like of like turning all that practice success into success you're seeing rankings and record books and things like that?
Yeah, I think as a group we can all say, the training is paying off and it's coming together at the right time with the championship season coming. So I think seeing the whole group have a good, successful weekend was just the best we could ask for. It was great to watch some hammer and then try to run over to disc and watch the jabs. So it was just a really fun meet, and I'm glad I got a little snippet of everyone to get to watch everyone. So that was really fun. Yeah.
Reasonable to think you guys kind of feed off each other and that fuels you?
Yeah, we had our group chat going in the beginning. We said, Shelby had a great throw. Mason had a great throw. Disc is going. So it was just a build. It was like, all right, keep it going. It was great. We all love and support each other. I think even with the success, it just builds cohesion and everybody just supports each other and is there for each other at the same time.
The last time we talked to you, it was indoor season. For you, what has been the biggest factor in keeping that success you had in indoor moving to outdoor?
Yeah, I think for that, it's just keeping the same focus. We're building the NCs. My routes start all over after indoor nationals. It's start over and rebuild for outdoor nationals. So it's kind of that same strategy of my focus is on nationals, and those big successes are fun, but we're still building and there's more to come. So yeah.
As you're plotting out your season and training plans and all that, like was setting collegiate records, in April, whatever, kind of part of that track?
It was never talked about, but I mean, it was a great outcome. I'm glad it happened, but it never really came up. It just happened, and it was just really fun and exciting. Yeah.
Did you ever envision that you would be at this point in your career, that you would be 3 years in and setting NCAA records?
To be honest with you, I did not, and I think a big part of that, and what Blue's helping me with, my coach Blue is helping me with, is just believing in myself and believing that I can do it and knowing that I can do it and going out there and competing, using the technique that he's given me and the strength that we're building and just competing. So I think I've learned a lot mentally the last 2 years that has helped me. And so I think with the collegiate record, it just built my confidence of like, okay, I can do this. I do believe in myself, and there's results to back that up. So I think, a lot of work has been done on my mental focus and things like that. So, yeah.
Numbers speak for themselves, but what really makes that series in Tucson the greatest collegiate series of all time? And 3 of the top 10 marks all time. What made it so great?
So I don't even know how to answer that. I felt amazing. I think every throw, I just was focused on getting better, and I had a plan and a strategy to make the throw better every throw. And I wasn't concerned with the series. I remember ending the meet and thinking, oh, that was a great series, because the whole time I was just thinking throw to throw, get better, build, and just trying to grow each throw. So I think with the focus I had on being on individual throws, that helped a lot. Because I think I would have psyched myself out if I was thinking on my 6th throw, well, this has to be really far if I want it to be the greatest series. And instead I was like, oh no, I'm still going for a PR. Like, I'm still throwing. So, again, focus on the mental part of it as well.
When you tied it, was it a little like, oh, dang it, I just did it again?
A little bit, yeah. He said that number, and I just was like, wow. I don't think I've ever tied a throw in a meet before. So that was... it was kind of funny, comedic. Went up to Blue and I was like, they said 1971, and we just kind of laughed together because I don't know if that's ever happened. So, you wish you had 1 more centimeter on it, but at the same time, I think that's the best follow-up meet I could have had to a collegiate record, is just showing that I can throw 19 and being consistent at it. So I think that's the meet that I needed either way. So
when you're working on mindset stuff, how much does it happen like just out here, like between throws and practice? I mean, are you off in a meeting room somewhere devoting more focus to it that way?
Here, we do a lot of just like in-practice comps. Me and my teammate Kobe, we'll just do like 4-throw comps, 6-throw comps, things like that to just practice getting into it and using some adrenaline. Off the track, I use a sports psychologist. I'm in regular therapy, things like that. So I put a lot of focus on my mental health, and I studied psychology in my undergrad, so it's something I believe in. And so there's a lot of power and strength in using the mental side of athletics.
I think the crazy thing is the women's shot put doesn't change from high school. Like the weight doesn't change when you go from high school. 16 feet. You've improved from when you were in high school to college.
Right.
What have you done technically, or I guess strength-wise? What has coach really done for you to really? I mean, 16 feet. That's a lot.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is the weight room. I didn't lift in high school, so I got here and I learned how to lift. I learned what Olympic lifting was, what explosive movements were. So definitely utilizing the weight room was great. And then on a technique standpoint, there's no better technical coach out there than Brian Blutrick. So it's great having him, and then including the weight room as well. I think every aspect counts for the distance.
Was it the spin? I mean, obviously, was there something you maybe changed? Like, what was it that really changed it?
I think his technique is just really good. Like, we work on quick left leg, we work on long length, things like that. I'm shorter than most throwers, so I have to utilize every length piece that I can get. So that's the biggest part of it.
Is there a disadvantage with that, being height-wise?
There can be, but you kind of make up for it in explosive factors and things like that.
And then to be in the same conversation as Chase Jackson, Maggie Ewan, and Raven Saunders.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Oh, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, these are people I've looked up to and have seen as motivators and things like that for a lot of my life. So it's great to be competing with them and to have similar numbers next to them. It's very surreal. So
does the mind keep going to the Olympic trials, or is it staying focused within the season?
My mind is conference, regionals, nationals, trials, and it's one at a time, and it's go for it every meet. So one at a time. I think my big meet will be nationals, and then we'll just try to have some fun at trials. So yeah.
How do you do that after having such great back-to-back weekends? How do you keep your focus on the next thing instead of now suddenly being like, I'm up there with these people and looking ahead to late June?
I think it's just that focus that I put on the mental part of it. I just know that with time these meets will come, and so focusing on one at a time. I don't want to psych myself out and think, oh, I have to be really good by June. I want to think, oh, we're building to June. So it's every day I come here, I do my drills, I do my throws, I lift, I get stronger, I get better, and then I do the same thing the next day. And that's just kind of where my mindset is it's an everyday build to the big meets. And it's not just the big meet. We're building to the big meet. So that's kind of where my mental set is at.
Can you describe for us mortals like what a big throw feels like? I wonder if it's like, like you talk to a golfer or someone who plays baseball and softball.
Right.
It's like when they contact the ball, it's pure. They don't even have to watch it. They know they got it right. Is that what a big throw feels like? Do you not even have to wait for the measurement?
Yeah, right when I let go of it, it felt great. And I'm watching the ball still in there, which is even better when the ball is in there and I turn around. So it feels great. It almost feels easier. It almost feels like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. And you release it, it feels great. It's just a really good connection all through your whole body. And it's just really fun to just watch it kind of keep flying after you let it go. So, yeah.
What's a message you want to tell to young high school athletes out there that you don't need to peak in high school? You got all these years to come. I mean, like I said, you've PR'd by 16 feet since you were a senior in high school. So what's the message you really want to send out there, not just to high school athletes, but young girls all around?
Yeah. I think the biggest message I would think is just make sure you're having fun with it. I think the whole time I had a little too much focus in high school even on just being good. And once you start having fun with it, that's when you start really learning and growing with the sport. So I would say have fun with it and realize that results are not the whole part of the sport, especially in high school. Results aren't the whole thing. Grow and learn in the sport and enjoy it and have fun.
You're competing in the discus this weekend?
Yes.
Can you tell us just what you're looking to get out of this weekend?
I think this weekend I just want to compete well. My mom's coming. It's my senior night, so I just want to compete well for her, throw well, and just have a good senior night is what this weekend's focus is on.
But could senior night really be the Olympic trial final?
It could, yeah. We can make that work.